Today we have Matt Peck, the head coach of the Lakeland Rustlers beach volleyball program. He's here today to talk to us a little bit about that volleyball program. So thank you so much for being with me today, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Matt, so we'll start off, though. You were telling me before we started this interview that you were an alumni of the Lakeland Rustlers volleyball program. Tell me about kind of your journey as a Lakeland Rustlers player and how you started up this program as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I was part of the junior national team in Australia back home growing up. And so once we graduated high school, there's no college or university sport in Australia. So the pathway is either go over to Europe or go to North America and try and play college volleyball. And I heard a lot about coming to Canada and playing college volleyball, so that was a goal of mine, and reached out to a bunch of coaches, got lucky enough to get a spot at Lakeland, and ended up playing 5 years on the men's volleyball team at Lakeland. During my time there, I lived with a couple of other international players from Honduras, and one of them in particular, we decided we'd stick around Lloyd over the summers rather than go home to save money. And we were cleaning dorms over the summers, and our first summer we cleaned dorms, and the next time we went back, we decided that we wanted to try and do some more coaching over the summer as well. And part of that was we noticed the amazing beach volleyball courts at Bud Miller Park and how they weren't getting used too much. And we'd noticed just how many youth in the town really love playing volleyball. And so we started up a beach volleyball program in our second summer here back in 2018. Just had about 10 to 15 kids come out, just trying to bring our passion for beach volleyball from our home countries over to Canada, over to Lloydminster. So we started with 10, 15 kids, and then we loved it. Every year we cleaned dorms and we'd coach beach volleyball. That was what our summers looked like, and the program grew every single year to this year where we potentially might have 100 athletes playing beach volleyball, which is pretty cool.
And so with it being kind of a club, tell me a little bit about how you guys, are you doing lots of practices and training, or just kind of a drop-in style, have kids come and play beach volleyball kind of day in, day out at the courts there at Bud Miller? Yeah,
so we separated as an older group and a younger group, so about U16 and up, and then U15 and down. They'll have one training session during the week. So that's where we'll introduce them to a lot of the skills, a lot of the different tactics for beach volleyball, really technique-specific things during the week. And then on Sundays, we'll get everyone in over 2 sessions, and that's just games. And so one session will be training, the other session will just be games. And we really want to have a focus on a whole lot of gameplay for beach volleyball. Part of the reason why I think it's very successful is beach volleyball is a lot more relaxed than indoor volleyball. And so they've just gone through their club seasons or provincial team or whatever other serious indoor volleyball they're doing. So we just want them to have an opportunity to just come out and just play with their friends. So that's sort of the structure of the program.
So that relaxed part is definitely good for athletes and being able to learn that. But one thing is, you mentioned that beach volleyball is much bigger back in Australia and in Europe. Is there a possibility of you, with this program and how successful it's been, push for more beach volleyball, possibly at the collegiate level or in more competitive levels here in Canada? Yeah,
for sure. There's definitely competitive opportunities already. There's certainly across Alberta, there's a lot of highly competitive events. Over the years, the Lloyd athletes have been hesitant to go and compete at those. But now we've got athletes who've been playing beach for 3, 4, 5 summers and starting to feel really comfortable on the sand. And so I fully expect to see a few of our competitors playing in provincials in Alberta, potentially going over to Toronto for nationals. So there is a pretty good competitive beach volleyball scene already. But in the past, they didn't have the touches on the court to be ready for it. And so I'm thinking now this summer we might have a few teams competing all across Canada.
Awesome. And so if some younger players or older players as well are interested in joining the beach volleyball program, where can they get more information and possibly sign up?
Yeah, for sure. Just the Lloydminster Rustlers Volleyball Club Facebook and Instagram pages has all of the information on there, or they can reach out to me directly at mattpeck14@gmail.com.
Awesome, perfect. Thank you so much for all the information, Matt. That sounds like a very exciting program that you guys are holding there at Bud Miller, and hopefully maybe in the future we'll have some competitive volleyballers that we will be able to talk about in the beach volleyball program coming up very soon.